I was just ready to fall asleep in bed when Dina elbowed me. And she said to me, I want to buy my own car. She said, my father always bought my cars for me, and now you continue that same tradition. He says, you know you're not going to live forever. Now, as you fall asleep at night, those aren't exactly the sweet dreams you want to have. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. But I was allowed to be on the car buying committee. But I was considered the silent partner, which meant my mantra was simply this. I was to be quiet unless called upon. So about a week went by when Dina came down from her office upstairs and said to me, Mike, the local car dealership is having a sale, a bank repossession sale. She said, they're bringing extra personnel in. She said, they're practically giving the cars away, and there'll never be another sale like this again. And you know what I thought? I'm thinking, yeah, until next month. And I remember my mantra, which was to be quiet unless called upon. We went down to the dealership, and the guy came out with the huge reflector sunglasses on, the aviator sunglasses, and the slick back hair. He says, what can I do for you? Yeah. I said, it's not what you can do for me, it's what you can do for her. But Dina had no idea what kind of car she wanted. All she knew was the features and functions she wanted. She wanted heated seats. She wanted a sunroof. She wanted all-wheel drive. And you know what he said, right? But every salesman says at the beginning of time, ma'am, have I got a car for you? But he really didn't have the car for her. A couple, he didn't have the cars for her. We drove those cars, and finally we left and went to a mega dealership where there were more cars than you could see. There were Fords on this end, and there were Mazdas on this end, and Kias and Hondas in the middle. And we had bus transportation to get us from both ends of the other with a bottle of popcorn so we wouldn't die in the way. It was all kind of cars. But she was starting to figure out what kind of cars she actually liked. So when we got home, I know I didn't follow my mantra. I went to researching cars for Dina. And I found a couple models in, of all places, in Hillsboro, Ohio. Now, Hillsboro is a rural farming community, and Henry's cars, well, Henry raises Angus beef part-time and sells cars part-time. But Henry was really an anomaly in the car buying business because he was an honest car salesman. And even though we didn't buy a car from Henry, we drove a couple of his cars, we couldn't help but think we needed to change the name of his dealership. Maybe to like Cars and Cows, or maybe Angus and Otto, or my favorite is Beef Without the Bull. But I was getting pretty exasperated by the whole car buying process. I mean, I was really beginning to wonder if she's ever going to find a car that she was going to like. But it was, I got a call one morning, and she said, Mike, she said, I was praying this morning, and I found a car that I believe is the result of those prayers. And I thought to myself, you know, the cars don't look nearly as good on the internet, honey, as they do, you know, in person. There's going to be a ding on that door. The tires are going to be bold. It's not going to drive well. But who could argue with divine intervention? So that weekend, we went up and drove that car. And as we got there, the tires were perfect. The car drove nice. He just had the 60,000-mile service done at the dealership. It was a beautiful car. I couldn't believe it. And then she said these words to me. She says, but I think he's asking too much. He's asking $12,000, and I'm going to offer him $10,000. I said, honey, I think that's fine, but and I didn't say this, but I thought this. He told us the price is firm on the phone. There's no way he's going to take less money for it. When she got out of the car, she walked up to him and she said, I'd like to buy your car, but I want to offer you $10,000. And he said, ma'am, he said, I told you on the phone, the price is firm. Unless you could offer some facts and figures or some reason I should lower the price, the book value says $12,000, and that's what the price is. Dina said nothing. He said nothing. Dina said nothing. He said nothing. I thought I should say something, but then I remembered my mantra, which is, That's right, the silent partner. Be quiet unless called upon. He broke the ice and said, I'll take $11,000 for it. She wrote him a check. He gave her a bill of sale. They decided the time to pick up the car. I'm dumbfounded by the whole operation. I'm standing there, I don't understand what happened. See, I believe that I was a good negotiator for all our cars based on facts and figures and research. But Dina trumped all that by using what? Good old silence and patience. I was beginning to believe that she should be purchasing all our cars and telling me what I should be driving. Madam Toastmaster.